What is up everyone, Kilryan here bringing you another video, and this time, once again, is going to be a PvP commentary. This was from the 2015 Korea Season 1 tournament, and it's a Warlock versus Kung Fu Master. I was reading through the comments of the previous video, and one of the biggest things was saying y'all want game sound. I apologize, but I can't really get game sound because I am watching this through essentially the Korean posted video, and so if I have sound on, you'll actually hear their commentary while my commentary is going on as well. Hopefully in the future we're going to have our own spectate program, because right now it's really hard to get any form of footage, basically, of me being without other commentators. So I'm making do with what I have at the moment. Once again, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, I'm doing my best to try and improve on. Please critique whatever you want to. Please critique my commentary style, anything that you want to see improve. I'll be, I want to improve on this, and hopefully I'll enjoy videos like this. So once again, this is a Warlock versus a Kung Fu Master. Now, in this kind of matchup, the main things that you want to concern yourself with as a Kung Fu Master is really watching their leech cooldown, as well as the summon coming out from the Warlock. In the time that they have a summon, the Vortex is pulling them in as well, so the KFM really needs to utilize his Q and E abilities to actually dodge and get his Awakened status. The Warlock, what he's going to be aiming to do is he's going to be aiming to counter or break the counter with Leech and preventing defensive skills coming out from the KFM, as well as making sure to watch the KFM's SS and root him appropriately after that. Let's go ahead and get on into the match and get an idea, or see how this plays out. Alright, Warlock on the left, KFM on the right. We're going to be seeing how this begins, how this starts off. We have the Warlock looking for the engage. Usually they go in for a Tetherblade X engage onto the KFM. There we go. We see the knockdown. Q coming out from the KFM. Lots of damage coming out. Sanctum dropped by the Warlock. Leech comes out. There's the Vortex pull with the Z. Knockdown onto the Warlock. He gets the counter on the down. Looks for a knock-up, decent bit of damage coming out from the KFM. Warlock does use his time reversal. All of his cooldowns have been reset. KFM just going for an SS tab, another knock-up, little bits of chunks onto the Warlock. Warlock jumps the demon down over to him, getting the Vortex onto the KFM. KFM misses his right click. Lots of damage coming onto the KFM because he was behind and rooted. Z missed. Good SS from the Warlock, avoiding the Z from the KFM. Searing Palm has been applied to the Warlock. Good 3RF combo coming out. Lots of damage. Tab Escape has been used by the Warlock. Leech coming out. Right now, he can instantaneously cast those Dragon Calls. Lots of damage coming out. The KFM needs to make sure to Q and E avoid all that damage. Root coming out, as well as Ice. KFM doing what he can right now to just avoid a lot of the damage. The Vortex holding that KFM in place. Sanctum. Daze coming out. Tab Escape used. Good catch with the C from the KFM. Z stun. 3RF. Knock up. Good amount of damage. Right here, he's going for the SS Smite knock up again. Good chunk coming out. The Warlock is extremely low, uses his double SS just to avoid. SS coming out from the KFM. The Warlock needs to get another root here. There's the additional root. Lots of damage coming out. Instantaneous Dragon Call. Big damage. Lots of stuns coming out. Oh, both of them are playing defensive. He uses his Tab Escape. Right click into the Warlock on his counter skill. Amazing job done by the KFM, actually. The amount of catches that he was able to pull off, mainly the C flurry catch, following shortly after. It looks like one of the contestants is going, "Oh, what the fuck, man? This messed up." But anyway, honestly, great job by the KFM. He did an excellent job kiting around the Sanctum, which is that orangish-yellow ring that the Warlock drops, which typically they can spec it several different ways, making them immune to dazes, immune to stuns, untargetable. There are several ways that they can spec it. The KFM did not waste any of his skills there. He used his his 4 catch onto the Warlock at that point, and on the tab he was already using C and pursued the Warlock with Flurry and getting a good chunk of damage coming out. Right here, this is where I was talking about. And whenever he did the air knockup, he SS'd back, went for the F, and got another chunk of damage coming out. Awesome job done by the KFM. And then the main thing that I'm seeing from the Warlock here, because the Warlock easily has plenty of potential to beat this KFM. It was a very close match. He needs to make sure not to give the Kung Fu Master right click stun, because that is what lost him that match at the end there. He was too greedy with that block, expecting something else coming out, even though the KFM had already used all of his CCs. Alright. So once again, I think the Warlock has plenty of potential here. You know, both of these guys are wanting to progress as far as they possibly can into the tournament. And here we go on into set 2. Once again, Warlock probably looking for a Tetherblade engage. The sprinting run into from the KFM. Root comes out, as well as a knockdown. Standard get up from the KFM using his 4, gets the appropriate daze. SS coming in. Perfect job done by the Warlock, getting behind the KFM. QE coming out. Resets of all the cooldowns. The White Talisman's giving him a good amount of immunity. Ice used to buy time from the KFM. Right now, this is a good opportunity. Tag Escape used from the KFM. Not getting any kind of catch. He gets a knock-up onto the Warlock. Decent bit of damage coming out. He opts for the knockdown stun. Good pursue. Tab used from the Warlock, getting another root. SS coming out with the knockdown onto the Warlock. At this point, there's a good stun. He's gonna get a full combo here. 3R on point. KFM. Amazing job. He opts for the SS. And he predicts the SS backstep and follows it with the smite, finishing that off so clean. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my goodness. Alright, so the KFM has done an absolutely wonderful job in this fight that I'm seeing here. The KFM was making sure that he did not hit into any of... Or basically, he SS'd and utilized all of his different CC skills and gave it proper timing, proper spacing. He never once hit into the block of the Warlock to get repulse back. He made sure to wait for the chain to be used and SS at that point. The finishing moments where he actually went about grabbing... Once again, he did a perfect job following with the C from that tab escape, and that has finished off the Warlock pretty much both games. He had 2 different stuns, both his Z and a daze, and right here, he waits on his SS. He waits with his SS to follow the SS from the Warlock with his smite. It was just... Honestly, the Warlock, what he had to do at this point is he needs to have more proper management with his pet. I'm seeing him use a lot of his skills very early to get the time reversal, so all of his skills can be reset. But what the Warlock needs to do at this point is, in my opinion, he needs to try and play a slower game. In this situation where he's just trying to force out a lot of the abilities from the KFM early, which he is doing, rightfully so. He's just getting caught after. We're seeing him use everything and then not really do anything after the time reversal comes out, and then the KFM just kind of outplays. He gets the Warlock gets the initial root onto the KFM here, looking for the counter. He goes for the leech. Good damage coming out from the KFM. This root is where he absolutely abuses it, because he gets behind the KFM whenever he's rooted. Pet coming out, Sanctum drops, so he cannot be stunned or dazed. Immune to the knockdown right there, as you're seeing. Good repulse from the Warlock at this point, as we're seeing a lot of damage coming out onto the KFM, already under 50%. This could be the turnaround right now, getting a good knock-up onto the Warlock, buying himself some time. We might see Ice coming out right here. SS used by the KFM. The Warlock needs to look for an opportunity. Good knock-up. He might have another root here, just getting a good bit of damage out. Once again, making sure not to get right-clicked by that repulse. Good job from the Warlock. He's turning this around right now. there goes the automatic get up from the Warlock. Was not punished by the KFM. Desc coming out. See, once again, tab escape being absolutely abused by the KFM. He might have a full stun here. Never mind. There's the tab coming out from the Warlock. Leech coming out. Instantaneous Dragon Call. Right now, this is the opportunity for the Warlock. KFM is really just trying to hold off right now, trying to maintain his health. Pet comes out, there's the soul reversal. KFM is way too low. He's definitely going to have this match. The Warlock is doing an excellent job at this point, using all of his abilities. We can see how clean of a finish that was for the Warlock. And I'm sure, the KFM here is probably a little... the Warlock is finally like, okay, I get it. We know what we got to do. What we saw there was... the Warlock was able to get a lot of pressure out early on, and once again, like I said, held off on that soul reversal to allow more of his skills to come out. Because whenever a Warlock uses his Leech ability, it allows him to instantaneously cast his Dragon Call, which is the Twin Dragons, and Wingstorm, which are the major bursts coming out from the Warlock. And whenever you Soul Reversal that at a later point in time, that means he's going to have that second set of burst. We see here he got behind the KFM whenever he went for the whenever he went for the root, got him down about 40% from that, making sure to utilize his Sanctum field right here to where the KFM cannot appropriately CC the Warlock at this point. Excellent job. The KFM was really just trying to use as much time as possible. He gets the hit with the Leech, which rendered him immobile, and then used his the KFM had to use tab escape at this point. There's the soul reversal I was talking about, where he was able to get all of his cooldowns back. Another root. White Talisman spinning around the Warlock makes him immune, much like you would see a Blade Dancer with his invulnerabilities. Awesome job done by the Warlock at this point in time, and for the most part, I hope for the Warlock that he gets the idea of what he needs to do for this content, or for this matchup now. I do believe that this is it is still a close match. The KFM does not have it in the bag guaranteed by any means, and so here we are, set 4. The KFM with 2 wins, Warlock with 1. So the Warlock has to come back here. He gets the initial root, goes for the backstab or the back roll. Good knock up from the KFM. It's very dangerous for the KFM to use any dazes when the Warlock is right against the wall. Once again, getting the root, going behind the KFM so he cannot counter. Here comes the Warlock pet. Lots of grips coming out. Let's see what happens here. SS coming from QE coming from the KFM, probably awakened status. Good right click with the knockup. Amazing damage coming just from that simple 3RF. Lots of damage. There comes the Daze coming out from the 4. Leech coming out from the Warlock, looking for big burst at this point, chunking down the KFM, using the right click stun from his QE, gets the root, and behind the KFM, big damage coming out. There's the Z. This is where the KFM is looking to make the comeback. He gets he's Searing Palm. 3R. Oh my god. Whew. That's what you see with guys, if you can 3RF, which I definitely cannot 3RF at all. We see the little peace sign coming out from the KFM here. But couple things that you really have to pay attention to, guys, against a KFM. I personally can't 3RF hardly at all, but if you have these exceptional players, the moment that they get you in a stun, the moment that they get you in any form of CC, they're going to output a ton of damage, and they're going to either, if you are down out of your tab skill, a KFM will take you down, will chunk you 30, 60, 90%. We saw such a huge amount of damage coming out. 3RF combo brought him down about 20% there, gets the knock-up, punishes the initial roll. It was just... the KFM did... all it took was one catch for him. Honestly, I thought that match was going in favor of the Warlock at this point, but all it takes is one. Right here, we saw the Z, no tab escape coming out from the Warlock. We see the V into the Searing Palm, and the full 3RF. Just a clean finish. Clean finish coming out from the... clean finish coming out from the KFM altogether. So, hopefully y'all found this video entertaining, informational. It's kind of hard to do single commentary, but hopefully I did a good job for you guys. If you happen to have any suggestions or anything like that, I know y'all wanted to hear game sound, but I apologize. This is what y'all would hear otherwise. Oh wait. Yeah, so that's why we don't have game sound currently going on. But thank you all for watching the videos. If you want me to do your commentary on your video by chance, upload it to YouTube and send a link at kilryangaming@gmail.com. I'll review it and see, you know, if it's a good quality 1080p video, possibly I might do a commentary with you. You know, I do want to keep it at least minimum of plat level to diamond level content, just so I can analyze and do a little bit more out of that. But good matches overall. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click the like button if y'all want to see more of this content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all next time.